hello everyone. In the last training call, there was a question about when being in a high emotional situation and about how to set the boundary or when to see when you should set the boundary. So it was a question from Jana. And we both feel that we didn't really answer it in the moment in the way we would have liked to answer it. We've given it some thought and would like to say something to this on video because we think that this might be something that could be interesting for more people than just for you, Jana. So the thing is that when we are highly emotional, when there is a high intensity situation with someone, like a conflict or so, how you were describing a little bit, then the first step would to be recognizing that you are emotional, that you are triggered. And then the question would not be so much, so where do I set the boundary right so that I don't have to feel these things, or I have had enough of this in my life, how can I shut this out of my life, or whatever. Because that would all come out of that identification that is being triggered right now. The emotionality is a clue that you are identify with some part of yourself. And usually, even especially when it's family members, it goes way back. It's something that has occurred many times, right? So it's something where you would be invited to go deeper, to first recognize, okay, I'm emotional. And then instead of being busy with how would I set the boundary, how would I be protecting myself from that situation, or, stop this or whatever, go into asking yourself those questions. Who am I right now? What is underneath the anger? What am I actually feeling? So that you would come more towards yourself and more learn about that personality that you identify through the trigger. What was it that triggered it? All these questions that we are coming up with now with the sub-personalities, to go and do that work instead. And when you are more connected with your feelings, when you have actually felt what needs to be felt underneath that situation, underneath the trigger, the question of boundaries would maybe not even occur, because you would come into the situation the next time from a different place inside of yourself. There would be a different interaction happening, most likely. And if it wasn't possible with that person, then you would probably just naturally avoid the situation out of a yes to yourself and not so much busy with the other person anymore.
So the personality would build a system of rules, or when this happens, then I put up this boundary and so on, as opposed to essence, who just naturally have boundaries that are immediate in the now, and there's no thought process about it. Is that so? The essence would, if you're in a more essential state, there is no thinking about the boundaries because you feel them immediately, and then the issue becomes, how can I communicate this? Am I in a state where I can be vulnerable and share how I feel? Is the one I am having an argument with, or a fight with, or a strong interaction with, is that individual open for connecting on a different level?
Yeah. So that's what we wanted to say to this. I hope it's in some way interesting or helpful, and maybe just food for discussion.